This is Karen and Maurice, otherwise known as the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G. And hopefully I am live with the Yuffie DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, I am, thank God. One second. I have to get my cat.
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgar. You got this, Yuffie. My name is Yuffie, Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government. I have orders to infiltrate Shinra headquarters and steal their ultimate materia. To prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche! With your full support, we got this! So, members of Avalanche? Where are you? Come get me already! Okay, if I was a man in a Moogle hat... Huh? Wait, does this mean what I think it does? Interesting. So, I gotta come to you, do I? You got some nerve. from a rat Midgar. Let's see what you got. Run like a chocobo?
Okay, that's cool.
Hope you learned your lesson. Alright, let's see how this plays out.
What a bitch.
Get lost!
Oh, that's
Well,
cool.
that was easy. Search for the elusive Moogle continues. Gotcha! Make way for the amazing Yuffie! Got it now! Run like a chocobo? Gotcha! You're mine, Tom! You're going down! You're gonna get what's coming to you! How you like this? Well,
Let me see. Windstorm.
can't fault him for trying. Gotcha! Ta! Huh? No palm. You okay? Anybody home? Oh, well, guess I'm not going anywhere until I get that elevator moving.
Okay, you can hit switches with it. That's cool.
I never cease to amaze myself. There's no time for small fry. Get lost!
Oh shit, that's cool.
And our heroine triumphs again.
Glad you think so too, Echo. Okay. Okay, maybe I did it wrong. My bad. Assess materia, parry materia. Okay, that's cool. Healing, deadly dodge. Oh, she actually has oh, that's cool. Fire materia, ice materia, subversion, synergy. You know, it's probably best that I have some magic. And then oh, okay, I'm dumb.
Yeesh, this town's a total dump. I thought Midgar was supposed to be the marvel of the modern world. Talk about false advertising. City of Mako? City of garbage, more like.
Although, you know, not one to simp for Shinra, but she is in the slums. You show me any major metropolitan area that doesn't have some kind of downtrodden district, and I will be amazed. So it doesn't matter how great a city is, that there's always going to be a rundown district.
Do the trick. Come on down.
You're so pretty, Echo. I love you. Oh. No, bruh.
This is too weird.
Bruh.
Okay, you got this. Gotcha. Okay. That rotten egg smell's gone. Must have gotten used to it. The way things are going, I'll be working for Shinra next. Nice try, Midgar. I'm talking to myself. The city's getting to me. Gotcha!
Any monster troubles or...
Echo, enough!
Monsters have been acting strange since...
Not gonna be good for any of us if Wutai's got their claws in this.
Mako Reactor 5 has been temporarily shut down, and all fires have been successfully extinguished. The situation is under control, and the people of our fair city need not worry about any additional complications. We are in the process of conducting a full forensic investigation, but we suspect the device used was similar to that employed in the attack on Mako Reactor 1.
Oh, what do we have here? Man, that's gotta be Avalanche. Not bad. Not bad at all. But I can do better.
Echo, what are you doing? Fine, I'll let you out, but you're not coming in for a while after that. I hope you get that. So don't come to the door. And you gotta pay the toll.
Yuffie? Yo.
What? There's our palm. So, you're Avalanche?
I'm Gigi. Follow me.
What? Wait up! Can't help wondering. So, Gigi. Why didn't you come meet me before?
I figured an elite W agent could find their own way.
I may be elite, but it's not like I've ever been to Midgar. And what exactly is a W, anyway?
Anyone who lives where you just came from. Think of it as a code name.
Uh-huh.
Still can't believe they sent a kid to do this job.
This kid could kick your ass!
Saying you're a fresh face is all.
Oh, don't worry. I know exactly what you're saying.
Give me a break, will ya?
And let you walk all over me?
Well, here we are. Ladies first.
They didn't get caught.
It's fucking Jesse and Biggs and Wedge.
We're gonna treat him to a feast. I can almost taste your pizza now, Jesse.
Shame, since you won't be getting any.
What?
These two are Billy Bob and Polk. And that's Naya.
Hi. My name is Yuffie, Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces Operative for the new Wutai government. I have orders to infiltrate Shinra HQ and steal their ultimate materia. To prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with.
I love how she's using like a fucking fushigi ball.
Your full support. We got this.
Ready to rumble, huh?
You better believe it. So, did you guys meet Sonan yet? He was supposed to be here.
Yeah, he got in 3 days ago.
He's out on the town as we speak. Really seems to be enjoying it here.
Oh, he does he?
You, got any bags?
As if. Ninjas always travel light. It's like a rule. But I did bring these, Wutai's famous Dachau beans. Eat up. And here you go.
Oh, hey, it's good to see you, Philippe.
Can you eat these things? Guess you do.
Yeah. It's the Yuffie DLC. They did a Yuffie DLC for Remake Part 1, and I never got the chance to do it. Well, it's part of PS Plus, so while I had PS Plus this month, I thought, fuck it, might as well go and play through it.
You ninjas are insane.
Do me a favor, Yuffie, and wait here for Sonon. I gotta head out. Your ID should be ready for pickup by now.
Then why don't I join ya?
Nah, I got this. Besides, you reek of trouble.
Huh?
You look kind of nervous.
And like I said, I never played through it before, so why not take advantage of it? And apparently it's not that long. It's supposed to be like 5 or 6 hours.
I just want to make sure I have the plan down pat. You know, like how to get up top and all that.
Well, if you had an ID, you'd normally just take the train up there.
Yeah.
But with all the commotion going on, that's not really an option. Security's on high alert. If you ask me, your best bet is to sit tight and wait for things to settle down some.
Sit tight. I want to go now.
Be my guest then. Go get killed.
Harsh.
If you haven't introduced yourself to Billy Bob, you should. He's got some intel you might want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fair. Japanese entertainment products just have a unique vibe to them. Their anime, manga, movies, games, like, you can almost always tell when something is Japanese. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely. Oh, sweetie, boomerang. Yeah. But it's one of those things where you always can tell it when you feel it. You can, no, I'm sorry, you can always... You may not be able to quantify exactly what it is, but you always know it when you see it. What ability does this use? Broomiform? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you'll probably be touching with one hand while the other hand is doing. I don't want to even think about it. But no, this is indicative. This whole DLC is indicative of what I love about the remake, that it greatly expands the world. In particular, the stuff that wasn't really fleshed out. Yuffie, in the original game, was a completely optional party member, and 95% of people didn't get her because you have to be going into a forest on the world map. You have a random chance to get her, then you have to answer the right questions when she talks to you, and the game doesn't tell you what those are, so it's trial and error, so most people just didn't fucking bother. And because she's optional, her impact on the story was fucking almost non-existent. She got more story stuff later on, you know, like Advent Children, stuff like that, but in the actual Final Fantasy VII, her story is kind of threadbare. Like I said, most people never even fucking got her. And the Wutai area of the map, despite it's supposed to be like a country, it's like a tiny ass temple that you visit. That's an optional location that, you know, you never go back to. But in the remake, they talk about Wutai from the very beginning. They talk about a war brewing with Wutai. Well, another war brewing. Because in this game and in the original 7, they talk about how they had just ended the war like 4 or 5 years ago. This game says, you know, like another conflict's brewing because Shinra wants to subjugate Wutai. They start out by giving her this DLC that focuses on her. That's completely new. And then in Rebirth, she's a mandatory party member that is just as fully fleshed out. And her role in the story was dramatically expanded because of that. Virtually every single story moment was rewritten to accommodate her being a part of the party and not just being an optional tag-along. And she has a whole chain of side quests like everybody else in Rebirth. So, like, she goes from being a big character that you can basically just ignore she's there to being a main fucking player. And, same thing with Vincent Valentine. He is synonymous with Seven. People love him, like, he's arguably, people think he's the coolest party member. They almost cut him from the game because they got rid of a lot of his story events, and he hardly had anything, and they decided to keep him in there. Most people can miss him, and he has very little impact on the plot. Despite being, like, synonymous with Seven, he doesn't really have that much impact. He is going to be a mandatory party member in Part 3 of the remake, the final part. And the reason why is pretty simple. In Rebirth, it ends right after Aerith dies. Which is not a spoiler. Everybody knows Aerith dies. So, technically speaking, you get Vincent in your party right before that happens. Like 5 minutes before that happens. So they're like, we're not going to go to all the trouble of this game to make a, gameplay for him, because each party member in this game has their own style of combat in the remakes. For somebody who's going to be there for 5 minutes. So they just moved Vincent into the third game. You still get him from the mansion, you just don't play as him, and I understand why they did that, because like I said, they would have had to make like a massive character that you would not even use. So, it's also why Sid is not a party member in Rebirth, because he joins the party member after Aerith dies as basically like her replacement. He uses a lot of her skills. So obviously with it ending after that. So, but Vincent, despite Vincent coming in like the last chapter of Rebirth, he already has more scenes than he did in the entire original game. And he's going to be a main party member in 3. So, in Wutai, you're going to visit Wutai in the third game, whatever it's called. They've already said it's going to have an R, like remake, Rebirth, and they've confirmed the third game is going to R something. Revengeance, for all we fucking know. Is going to have Wutai, and it's going to be a massive country, not just like a teeny tiny temple. So, And I keep getting into fucking arguments with people who haven't played fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake, any of it, and then they're just like, they get on to me, it's hard to say. I'm gonna say probably 8. The entire theme of 8 is a love story between Squall and Rinoa, and each Final Fantasy game has a logo that's hand-drawn to reflect the themes of the game, and the logo for 8 is literally Squall and Rinoa hugging. Like them, embracing. So 8 is a love story. There's that's not to say that 8 is a monopoly or anything. 8 has plenty, other Final Fantasy games have plenty of love elements. 16, Final Fantasy 16 has a pretty big love story. That's really great. It's not the focus of the game, but it's a major part. 10 has a strong element of love story with Yuna and Titus. Once again, it's not the focus of the game, but it's central to the character. He's falling in love with her. 13 has Snow and Sarah, where like his love for her and trying to bring her back is like literally his whole character arc. So once again, not the theme, but a major part. So they all, many of them have love stories, but 8 is the only one that makes it central to the game, where it's literally the fucking logo for the game. And 8 is great. 8 is one of my favorite games in the series. Period. 8 got a lot of shit that it didn't deserve because it wasn't 7. Like, for most people, Final Fantasy VII is when Americans and non-Japanese people became aware of Final Fantasy. They had released a couple of games. Before, but they were niche. Okay? Yeah. But for most people, Final Fantasy VII is when the Western world became aware of Final Fantasy. And it took the world by storm, as you know. So people weren't familiar with the fact, a lot of people weren't familiar with the fact that each Final Fantasy game is self-contained. Mainline, you know, I'm not talking about like 10-2, yada, yada, yada. But each mainline Final Fantasy game is self-contained. So people went into 8 thinking that it was going to be more of 7. And then when 8 was completely different, because all the number of Final Fantasy games are different, they don't, you know, they're like, what the fuck is this? And it got a lot of hate and blowback, but that's not really 8's fault. That's from people who weren't really familiar. I love 8. I've always loved 8. And the good news is 8 is really cheap to get these days. On Xbox, Switch, PS4, it's... like $20, I think, for the remaster. It's really good. The remaster is pretty high quality. All kinds of quality of life features, like being able to save anywhere, being able to turn off random encounters if you don't want to deal with them. And then they redid the character models. Obviously, the character models for 8 were kind of now. Obviously, they looked amazing for PS1, but they look kind of now. So they actually hired the character artist to make new versions. They were completely rebuilt, and they look way better, but they still looked aesthetic. So the remaster is how I would suggest people play 8. It's readily available, it's cheap, it's good, and it has all kinds of quality of life benefits. And it's $20. And that's if you don't get it on sale. If you get it on sale, it's a lot cheaper. I got 8. I already had 8 on Xbox, but I wanted to get 8 on PlayStation for trophies down the line. It was like $12 last month, and I got it, and it frequently goes on sale. So worst case scenario, $20. Best case scenario, you know, cheaper, and you're gonna get a lot of playtime out of it. It's a massive game. I highly recommend 8. And like I said, most of the people that hate on 8 are just hating on it because it's not 7, and that's not a valid reason to hate a game. Oh yeah, that's right, I have that. Yeah, it's a good logo. It's eye-catching. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the better logos. Each one has a logo. For 7, it's a meteor. Which makes sense. Like, the whole plot of Final Fantasy VII is trying to stop Sephiroth from calling Meteor to kill everybody. So, you know, and everything in Final Fantasy VII was set in motion by Genova landing in the meteor. So, it totally makes sense that the logo for 7 is the fucking meteor. For 10, it's Unisummoning, which, once again, is super integral to 10. Like, that whole game is about her summoning. Yeah, like I said, the logos are always a big part, and each one is custom made. They've had the same artist since the beginning. So, like, since literally, like, 1986. He always comes in, and I think he's an art director. He does a lot of the art, but he always does the logo. They've never had anybody else do the logos for the Final Fantasy game. That's his thing. I think it's Yoshinori Amitsu. I suck when it comes to pronouncing Japanese names. But yeah, like he's like almost known as the Final Fantasy logo guy. I mean, obviously he does art and stuff for all the games, but you know, you're gonna see that shit on the box. So that's what people know him for. And he's the only one who's ever done them. Sweet.
You look about ready to die of boredom. Want to play Fort Condor?
Fort Condor?
I should have known. It hasn't been out long, so there's no way you W's would have heard of it.
Yes I have. And what's more, I'm awesome at it. I'll whoop you so hard you'll wonder if you ever knew the rules.
For my benefit, then. Let me go over them.
Oh yeah, there's a minigame they added to this game and to Rebirth for Condor. Every Final Fantasy game has at least several minigames. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Every Final Fantasy game has so many games that are different. You gotta like them or you hate them. 7 has Fort Condor and some other stuff. 8 has a card game, Terror Battle, pretty good. 9, it's another card game, I don't remember the name. Yeah, it was. I agree. They definitely made it more vibrant in the remake. X. And yeah, it definitely is a lot more colorful. Yeah, I have. I played most of the Tales of games. Oh, sweet, I won. Sweet.
Damn, Yuffie, how'd you do that? You totally kicked my ass.
Fantastic. If you like Tales of, it's a Tales of game, and you kind of have to know what you're getting with Tales of. It's not 100% accurate, but it's close enough. People will tell you it's like playing an anime. It's like an RPG that's a playable anime. And if that sounds appealing to you, you will love Tales of. If that does not, then you won't. They are big, massive role-playing games. They're, like Final Fantasy. Each one is standalone, unless otherwise stated. Like, they've done a couple of sequels, like Tales of Xillia 2. But they're standalone for the most part. And they're really good. They're real-time. All of them have real-time combat, and they've been around since the 90s. And they're considered to be one of the big 3 in Japan. In Japan, there's all kinds of Japanese role-playing games, of course. They're so popular over there. But it's the big 3 that rule the roost. Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Tales of. Those 3 are the most popular role-playing series, in that everything else is second fiddle. So, and the Tales of series has gotten more success in America over the last decade or so, but it's still more popular in Japan. It never got the widespread success in America that Final Fantasy did. Like, it's still popular. There's still a bunch of people like me and other people that like Tales of, but it didn't get reached the everybody knows the Tales of series like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. You know, you don't have to play Dragon Quest to know of Dragon Quest. Tales of has never reached that level outside Japan. So in Japan, it's arguably just as popular as Final Fantasy. Outside of Japan, it hasn't reached that. But I like it, you know. And Tales of Vesperia is one of the better entries. It's widely agreed by the fan base that Vesperia is one of the better ones. You know, obviously that's up for debate, of course. Each one is different, so you might like one and hate the other, you know. And a large portion of them, sadly, haven't come to America. A lot of them are in America, but yeah, they're talking about how they're working on bringing those to America, and I hope they do. Like for this year's the 30th anniversary of Tales of, because they came out in '95, the first game. So they've been re-releasing a bunch of them. They already re-released Tales of Graces, and so they said they're trying to bring all of them to America. I hope they do eventually, because I love this series, but there's a bunch of them that I can't really play because I don't fucking read Japanese. And I don't have a way to get my hands on a Japanese copy of the game, so they could bring them to America. That would be fucking great.
You mean you didn't lose on purpose? Wow.
Well, if you're looking for a challenge, the Undercity's got no shortage of serious players.
I've kinda got better things to do.
Sure about that? Word is, if you beat the Grandmaster, you can win some serious cash. Materia, too.
Materia?
That's right. But you should know, the hardcore competitors won't give you the time of day till you've proven yourself.
Whatever. Bring it on!
Hey, you up for a round of
Yeah.
Indoor? Oh, you sure?
I agree. This is Unreal 4, and so is Rebirth. People asked them why they didn't upgrade to 5 for Rebirth, and they just said they wanted to get out Rebirth as soon as possible. You know, because they didn't want to take, you know, forever to have each part of a remake coming out, so they just kept 4. And I'm pretty sure the final part will upgrade to 5, which is just one more reason why the last part's going to be fucking insane. It's like I said, Remake Part 1 is already huge, bigger than the original 7. Rebirth is way bigger than that. Like I was saying yesterday, it's the biggest single-player Final Fantasy game. And then the third part is going to be every area from Part 1 and every area from Part 2, plus multiple new landmasses. You know, because in the Classic 7, you would proceed with the story pretty linearly, then at the end you get the airship, and all of a sudden you can revisit places, and that's typically where most of the side quests in 7 are, in that last act, when you basically can go anywhere with the airship. And that's the way most Final Fantasy games work. They're linear until like near the end, when they give you the airship, and then they open up a shit ton of side quests. And they've already confirmed that's what the third part's going to be. Okay, so you're going to have Wutai, Rocket Town, Medill, the Northern Continent, all those places, but you're also going to have every single area from the first 2 parts back. But presumably they're going to look prettier because, well, they're upgrading to Unreal 5. So, and like I said, when you think about it like that, it's kind of awe-inspiring, because Rebirth, by itself, is the biggest Final Fantasy game ever. That's not an MMO. Like I said, those games, they've been adding on them for 10 years. It's the biggest single-player Final Fantasy. So when you factor in the fact that the third part, whatever the fuck they call it, is going to have every area from Rebirth, every area from Remake, and a bunch of massive new areas, and the ability to fly the airship around and land. Like they said, it's not going to be like a fast travel thing. You're actually going to be able to fly the airship and land anywhere. It's going to be insane. So, who knows when that comes out? Oh, that's coming out, though. I also wouldn't be surprised if they did a DLC for Rebirth. You know, they did Remake, and then a year or 2 later, they did this Yuffie DLC. I I could easily see them doing a Vincent DLC. You know what I mean? For Rebirth. That way it wouldn't interfere with what happens after, but it would be like standalone, and I would definitely play Vincent DLC. And he has a full backstory, so it's like wipe.
My teeth.
You're welcome. So the materia I'm looking for is in the Shinra building, right? And where is that exactly?
Ignorance truly is bliss, huh?
What did you just say?
Oh, didn't mean to offend you. Of course, you probably knew this already, but there's a whole other city built on the plate above us. Shinra building's right in the middle. You can't miss it.
Oh, that one. Why didn't you say so?
As for what to do once you make it into the building, ask Naya. She'll give you the deets.
Or honestly, they could do a set deal like that. So, they've already said that the third part won't take as long to come out because it took 4 years. Part 1 was 2020. Rebirth was just came out last year, February of 2024, so it's just been out about a year now. They said they don't want it to take that long for 3, so they're like putting all their funds to expedite it. So I would say we're probably going to get the third part either 2026 or 2027, because that would be either 2 or 3 years later. Like I said, they already said they don't want the third part to take as long. And, you know, they already kind of have everything in place. But then they're also upgrading to Unreal 5 and having to incorporate the airship, so who knows? Worst case scenario might be 2028. But, you know, I don't think it'll be, because they straight up said they don't want it to take as long. But yeah, I got into a fight with fucking a friend of mine because they're just like, they and everybody else have the same tired argument that Square Enix is scamming people. And it makes me want to fucking jump off of a bridge, man. It's like, oh, they slid into 3, that's scummy. It's not, you know, like, 99% of the people who say that never played any of the parts, okay? I would be the first person to call them out if they made it suck, if it was scummy. Or, like, saying it's a scam. It's not. They're like, well, you're having to buy 3 games that are 3 full-size games. If they took the OG Final Fantasy VII and they remade it, and they kept it the same size, but they asked you to pay 3 times as much, that would be a scam. Each part of this remake series is bigger than the entire original game. Just this part is bigger than the entire OG7. And Rebirth is considerably bigger. Rebirth is like twice the size of 7 put together. So they're not asking you to pay 3 times for one game. They're asking you to pay 3 games worth of money for 3 games worth of content. How is that a scam? And they were upfront about it from the beginning. It's not like they lied to people. They told them before the first part came out that it was going to be 3 parts. They made that clear from the beginning. It wasn't like, oh, by the way, surprise, you're going to have to buy more. Like, they told them, we're doing 3. And like I said, when you see the size of these games, it makes sense. Dude, this game, this first part is like 90 gigs. Rebirth is 150. The third part is probably going to be twice that size with all the returning areas and all the new areas and the airship and shit. So all 3 parts would be seriously like 500 fucking gigs. See, they expected them to fit that into one game. So like when you play this and you understand how they supersized every area, it's like, okay, I understand now why they decided to split it into multiple parts. Because they wanted to do every area up to the size, like I said, where it's massively expanded, and they either would have had to do multiple parts, or they would have had to cut areas so they could make them all big. And the areas they couldn't afford to make bigger, they would have had to cut. And they're like, well, people probably wouldn't be happy if we cut stuff from the original game, so we're going to do 3 parts. But you can disagree with the choice to split it into 3 parts, but it doesn't really feel fair to say that it's a scam when you're paying 3 games worth of funds for 3 games. And every single time I bring up this game in conversation, that's what people hit me with. Well, in Skimmy, they split in 3 parts. It just gets really tiring. It's like, can we talk about anything else for the game? And 9 times out of 10, the people who say that did never played any of the parts. You know, I had some of the same reservations when they announced it was going to be 3 parts. But when I played fucking Remake, I'm like, okay, this legitimately is big enough to be its own game. It is. Because Midgard's supposed to be like the size of Manhattan. That's what they originally intended. The developers wanted Midgard to be the size of Manhattan. And with this remake, they made it that size. Which obviously they couldn't have done on fucking PS1. You know? And then when I played Rebirth, I really changed my tune. Rebirth is fucking ridiculous. Like I said, calm. Just calm, man. It's like the first town that you go into after Midgard. It's 1 screen and like 2 buildings, an inn and a shop. It's just basically a place for them to calm out, which literally is probably the reason why it was called Calm, while they have the Nibelheim flashback after they leave Midgard. In the fucking in Rebirth, it's got a massive open market, clock tower that you can fully explore, a wine yard, multiple shops, a bookstore that you can enter, a canal, an upper level, a lower level. It's bigger than full-on towns in other Final Fantasy games. So they took what was literally 1 fucking screen that had like no significance to the plot, and they made it a massive like city. And every area got expanded like that. When you understand what they were going for, you're like, oh, okay, I understand now why they wanted to split it. Dude, Junoon, before, Junoon is like this whole city sitting on the coast, which I'm sure you know, it's one of the most iconic cities. Okay, it's got like a whole cliffside area around it. Now that cliffside is it's like miles of coast. With forests, mountain highlands, there's crashed ships that you can go into, like ocean liners that you can explore. It's fucking ridiculous. Every single area from the OG7 that they return is supersized. And not just bigger to be bigger, it's filled with content. Like tons of story side quests and shit. It's like basically they took the first half of 7 and they turned it into a massive game like Skyrim or The Witcher. An open map with tons of side quests and shit to do. So when you understand that, it's like, okay, I understand now why they put it into 3 parts. And most of the people who are saying it's a scam haven't played it. Which also makes me not want to take their opinion seriously, because they're like, how the fuck are you going to judge it when you didn't play it? But yeah, I ran over. I complained about it a lot. Just like every single time I stream this game or play this game, or even mention 7 in the remake, well, they split into 3 parts, and it just gets really, really old hearing the same fucking argument 30 times, man.
You must be tired from your trip. Why don't you get some rest? With all the noise in the city? Damn freaking possible. How about you tell me where in the Shinra building they're keeping that materia instead? Don't hold out on me now. I know you know. Actually, I kind of don't. At least, not an exact location. All I know is that Shinra, for most purposes, treats materia as a weapon. Which means the Advanced Weaponry Division probably deals with it. And since that's in the basement... I see. So, Shinra hides it.
Also, a related topic, but not quite the same. If you ever get the chance to play the Crisis Core remake, play it. Crisis Core already was fucking awesome, because it's like a prequel to 7 that talks about Zack, and Zack is the fucking G, but they remade it, because it was originally a PSP game. It is amazing.
Top secret materia in the basement.
Because they kept the story the same, but they dramatically updated the gameplay, because it was like 2007 PSP game, but everything was good about it, and it sets up the world of 7 and shows how like Cloud got the Buster Sword. You see firsthand Sephiroth going evil. It's fantastic. Wanted it on modern hardware, so I was really stoked when they just fucking remade it using this engine, Unreal 4. It's fantastic, and just to show you, like, 2024 was an insane period for Final Fantasy fans. Well, kind of 2023 into 2024. June of 2023. Final Fantasy 16. Fucking awesome. One of my favorite Final Fantasies. If you ever get the chance to play Final Fantasy 16, highly recommend it. It's fucking amazing. Like it's in my top 5 Final Fantasies. Obviously, I have to debate whether it's my favorite, but it's amazing. Then, December of 2023, so 6 months later, Crisis Core remake. Fucking awesome. Like I said, they totally rebuilt everything from scratch on Unreal 4. And then updated the gameplay completely, overhauled it. And then in February of 2024, Rebirth, the biggest Final Fantasy ever. So literally in like an 8-month period, we got 3 massive Final Fantasy games. 2023 to 2024 might go down as the most jam-packed year ever. I mean, it's rare that we get one big Final Fantasy game a year. And the fact that we got 3 big ones in like an 8-month period is fucking ridiculous. I don't have to open my door and let the cat in. So people bitching about like Final Fantasy. Have.
You won't have to wait much longer, my precious. I promise.
Just be careful, will you? Please?
Hey, you gonna be okay out there? Got all the info you need?
Oh, okay, I have to keep talking to him. Never mind.
You know about the VR combat simulation module, right?
Huh? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? It's that thing that stimulates modulation.
Hmm? Kinda. It's a machine that puts you in a virtual world where you can practice fighting all you want. There's even a portable version of it. Guy around the corner has one.
Uh-huh.
Hardly ever see technology that cutting edge down here. So what do you say? Want to try it?
I really don't have time to be playing around with some stimulator. But just to be polite, I guess I'll take it for a spin.
The guy's name is Chadley. He's over by the neighborhood watch. If you ever feel like some virtual training, I'm sure he'd be happy to help.
Sonon's still not back? Must be in Wall Market then.
What's Wall Market?
Let's just say it's a place for people with mature tastes.
Mature taste.
I.e. the Red Light District.
There's lots of different establishments. It's kinda hard to explain.
No, I think I get it. Like bars filled with smoke so thick you can't even see, and drinks so bitter you want to spit them right back out.
Yep, and whores.
Where everyone gets drunk and complains about how kids just don't understand the value of hard work.
And whores.
They'll be the death of society. Ugh, how can they not see that they're the ones destroying it? Wutai's got a place like that, where grown-ups drink their lives away.
And whores.
It's called the Happy Turtle.
Interesting. There's a Happy Turtle in Midgar as well.
Huh?
I don't know where exactly because I've never actually been, but I do see their flyers from time to time.
You do, huh? Oh, they're taking down Midgar one citizen at a time. I salute you, Happy Turtle.
Come to think of it, there's a man who goes around putting up flyers for the bar. People call him Old Snapper.
That's funny.
He doesn't dress like your average Midgar male. Might be from Wutai.
I gotta find him. Man deserves some Dachau beans. All this talking's giving me a headache. I'm gonna go do some recon.
I won't stop you. Just don't go too far, okay?
See, like Sector 7, which was originally just like one tiny ass screen, is a big ass town in this. Oh, that's right. There was I swear I saw a weapon shop around here. Yep, boom.
Know what I heard? Guns are useless if there's one type. See that workaround?
Lady, are you lost or something?
Yeah, I guess they won't let me buy the weapons. That's for the main game. I think Yuffie has to find all hers. Which makes sense. She is supposed to be like a treasure hunter, so it's fitting.
Searching for...
candidates.
Are you kidding me, Echo? I literally just let you back in here. Am I gonna have to smack you around, cat? I don't want to. I will. It's for your own good. Obviously, I'm kidding.
Got to play a guard dog. Figured it'd spare my tenants the trouble of chasing off nosy men.
Oh, hey, sweet. Materia! Chakra materia. Okay, I have no idea the fuck that does. Oh, okay, it's like a healing thing. Well, I'll try it out. Okay, Echo, you know I love you. And we talked about this. You can be up here. You can't be in the way. I will eat you.
If there are shortages, I think that's all. I heard that blue time's behind the bomb.
Attention for 3 guilds.
Item shop. Weapon store. Can I purchase something in the weapon store? Motherfucker. Or is that just showing me like where it is? Because if I miss the merchant, I like to talk to him. Weapons give you access to new abilities and shit. Each weapon has its own unique ability and unique upgrade train. So, you want to do them. Okay, yeah, my bad.
Huh? I ain't seen you around here before. Sure you're in the right store?
Okay, he has, yeah, okay. I'll have to come back when I get more money. Yeah, so she has to find her weapons, but she can buy equipment. Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, might as well play Fort Condor with that chick, get that out of the way.
Searching for candidates.
Wutai doesn't have any. I bet they're
You know the drill. You want to play? You gotta fork over. What's your deal? And why are you dressed like a 5-year-old? That's just weird. What are you talking about? This isn't weird. It's super cute. Super cute? More like super lame. Not as lame as Midgar. Huh? Just saying how much I was looking forward to playing Fort Condor. I could really use the training, you know? Sure, I'll put you through your paces. But you do know it's gonna cost you, right? 1 match, 3 gil. Hey-ya!
What's up? Yeah, Dad, I know. Alright, love you, bye. Ah, fuck you.
Excuse me? I cheated and I still lost? What can I say? Talent trumps all. Whatever. You still owe me for my time. It's gotta be worth 7 gil at least. As if.
Like, I'm not paying you. Fuck you. That's funny.
Thing is, lady.
It's unlikely. Oh.
Don't freaking scare me like that. I'm highly strung. You trying to kill me? Huh? Who the hell are you?
Who am I? Someone who doesn't spend all day muttering to themselves in the shadows. Like some kind of Shinra spy.
Say what? Me? Nuh-uh. I was just, you know, thinking about stuff. Huh? Yeah, like how to bag that sweet, sweet Fort Condor prize money. It's my ticket out of here.
So you're after the Grandmaster too? Sorry to burst your bubble, Mr. Shadow Lurker, but I'll be the one taking home those spoils of war.
What? Over my dead body, you will? My life's on the line here. I deserve to eat. I deserve to live.
Ah, fuck you, bruh.
What? No, this can't be. Say it ain't so. Oh, goodbye, fortune. Goodbye, pride.
Now I'm taking down Midgar a citizen at a time.
Hmm? Wait, what'd you say?
That all of Midgar is gonna suffer the same fate.
Looks like we're going to war with Wu-Tang.
Wonder what... So when your opponent leads with this,
Gotta never
you respond with this? This game
Gotta
is
never
insane.
give me a new.
Hey there, Suit. How's that conversation with yourself working out?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to disturb anyone.
I never
My
gave-
daughter's been dying to play this game, and I promised to teach her. But first, I have to teach myself.
That game wouldn't happen to be Fort Condor, would it? But if you want, I'll help you figure stuff out.
You will? Oh, thanks. That'd be a great help.
Oh. Shit. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it now. Ah, fuck, hold on. Okay. I got this. Place blast ray. Best gun prototype. Place the guard dog with the helitrooper. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ah, fuck you! Victory!
Well, what do you know? I think I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Starting to get the hang of what? Losing?
Losing on purpose, to be precise. If I can let my daughter win without her suspecting, that to me is as good as a victory.
Boo!
I know. But if it'll make her happy...
Oh, sweet, I can challenge rank 2 players now. Oh, yeah.
Why, hello there! Forgive me for saying, but you remind me of a dear friend of mine. Perhaps you've met him?
I don't know. Is he Shinra too?
Perhaps. My name is Roche, by the way. Ordinarily, your ill-concealed hostility and exotic wardrobe would give me pause. But not today, for I am here on business of a personal nature. Looking for my aforementioned friend.
What's his name?
Oh, I only wish I knew. But I can tell you that he has a real need for speed, as they say. And while he boasts a very large sword, his first love is plainly his mount.
Yeah, he sounds great. Say, is that Fort Condor I see over there? You play?
I'm always ready for a round of Fort Condor! In the absence of my friend, you will provide some much-needed entertainment, my dear.
Haste. Oh, that's cool. Emily, give me 251.
Played, my friend! And to think, I thought I'd best you easily.
Wait, did you just call me your friend?
But of course, with that display of passion, you've more than proven yourself worthy. Henceforth, you shall occupy a place in the pantheon of my closest companions. When next we meet, it will be on the open road, the wind in our hair. Just don't make me come looking for you, my friend.
look at things. Either way.
Enough already, Shinra. I get it. I should be up there with them. Not that I'd be much use, but still.
So I've been thinking about it, and I know just what you need. Round to Fort Condor?
You gotta be. Didn't I tell you I'm not in the mood? You know what? Fine. Why the hell not? Might help take my mind off things. Damn. Well, can't win them all. Ha, laugh it up. Now leave me alone, would ya?
What's that I hear? The sound of the world's smallest violin?
Keep pushing me.
Not that I'm surprised after what went down yesterday.
Would you stop?
My partner.
Hey, it's Biggs. It's that wedge.
So, I couldn't help noticing your Fort Condor set. Got time for a game?
It'd be my pleasure.
Okay, it's Wedge. Biggs is a skinny one.
I gotta warn you though, I'm kind of an expert at this.
Pretty sure I'll hold my own. I eat experts for breakfast.
Oh, is that right? Well, you can talk the talk, so let's see you walk the walk.
Not gonna lie, I didn't think you had a chance. Sure showed me.
You freaking bet I did. Aw, not gonna go crying to your cats, are ya? Looks like you've got your work cut out for you, my furry friends. Hey, wait a second. That was everyone, right? Including the Grandmaster? So where's my materia? I want it now! Is it true?
Alright, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.